In this demonstration, I'll describe the toe box tool in the Omega software. First thing we want to do is right-click and pull the mouse toward yourself so we can see the entire AFO model. Then I would left-click and tip the AFO so we can see the top of the foot. Grab these circles and pull a couple of them off to the medial side and lateral side. And then we'll tip it so we can see the first metatarsal head. Now one of these may be the marker, but we want to try to sneak a couple extra markers down to the plantar side of the foot, and then grab the other one and pull it down to represent the apex where the trim line of our AFO is going to end up. So we want this to be right at the apex, or that widest part here. Or again, the apex. So we're going to pull this down just a little bit further, and then we'll look at it from the side. So again, we added all this buildup here to create this flare where the first met head is going to kind of escape the plastic, if you will. So I'm just going to sneak this down just a little bit further, right in there. And that looks good because we can see where the first met head is going to come out of the brace. Now we're going to spin this around so we can see the other side. And we're going to grab these. I'm going to pull one to the round to the bottom. And we're going to take this one. And we're going to pull it around over here. And same thing. We want this to fall back behind our plastic. So here's where the fifth met head is. And this is going to be right on the back side. I can zoom this up. Make it bigger so we can see this a little better. So this is going to be right on the flare of our plastic. All right, then go up here, hit this plantar surface, and we can see even better. Then we want these to follow our transverse arch. This one, now that it's bigger, I'm actually going to move this forward a little bit. Bring this up, spin it around. And now you can see why I was working so hard to pull an extra marker or two around the bottom of our foot. So this follows that ridge we created in one of the very first steps, the transverse arch. All right, now with that done, we'll just sneak this forward just a teeny little bit. As far as the dorsal aspect of the foot, can't really see it at this point because our model is so big. We're not really concerned with that at this point. I'm going to hit plantar again. On the left-hand side in this toolbox window, we have 4 sliders. We're going to go to the very first one. We're going to left-click, hold it, and we're going to max this one out. And this gives us our foot plate. Now we're going to right-click, zoom it out, and tilt it so it's straight up and down. And we're going to go down to the third slider, and we're going to go about half or 2/3 of the way, and this extends our foot plate to make it a full foot plate. And we're done. Too easy. Yeah, we can spin it around. It gives us nice height. These other sliders are not needed. We don't need them. This gives us some extra height, but it only puts it on the end, so we don't need it. Just slide it all the way back to the back. And then this one gives us extra width, which we also don't need. So don't use them. Use the first and the third one, and this gives us this very nice toe box. Okay, if you want it longer, again, you can extend it out this way. You can make it as long as you want. We'll leave it full length. So we're done. We've completed the toe box step, and that looks very nice. Now we're going to come back in one of the very last steps, and we'll detail out our transverse arch a little bit more and finish that up in a couple of steps down the line.